All right, I'm out hunting samples again, and I'd like to sample that tractor, but I'm not sure the old man would be down with it. There's some radishes, daikon radishes. That's daikon radish. 'Tis the season. This is the countryside near my home. And there's a man doing something useful. Would it be useful to have a tractor sample? I don't know if this is catching my face in the frame. Anyway, I just thought, why not give you a tour of the Korean countryside. This is about 7-8 minutes walk from my home, but it's fairly representative of Korean countryside. It's pretty much what it looks like. It's bucolic. Is that the right word? It's countryside, but there tends to be quite a bit of junk strewn about. So the idea here is to find junk that probably nobody cares about, or at least nobody's nearby to care about it, and I can whack on it without damaging it. Anyway, enough of my mug. So there's some junk right over there. There's an old pot. There's some wood, you know. There's an old farm woman. There's that's a field, that's a patch of Korean chili peppers. Gochu. You've heard of gochujang? Gochujang. That's from gochu. Gochu is their word for chili pepper. And originally those chili peppers came from Spain and Portugal, I think, if memory serves. What else we got here? So I'm not going to whack on that junk because there's just too many people close by. Let me see. Off in the distance there, we got a carrot patch. Cabbage and pumpkins. All right. More daikon radish. Oh, over there. Okay, that strip right there alongside the greenhouse, that is okay. Now if you keep those plants in your house, I think they're called elephant ear, and they make good house plants, but the root, they eat the root here. The Korean name for the root is toran, and I forget the English word. It is eaten in other parts of the world. It's the root vegetable that you eat is like the size of a new potato, a small new potato. There they are, close up. But the texture is a little bit slimy, but in a pleasing way. If you like okra, you like toran. They make a soup out of it this time of year. And what else we got? All right, make sure I got to keep the camera. Really pretty sky this morning. The countryside, it tends to be, you know, a blend of farms and small industry, little factories. Now these cabbages are pretty far along. They'll be ready for harvest by late October, early November. And right here, this is what you call sesame leaf, or perilla leaf, Perilla, perilla leaf. These are going to seed, All right, and those seeds, if I'm now there are different kinds of this plant, but I wish you could smell this. It smells really good. But these seeds become sesame seeds, and these leaves are too tough by now to eat. But you pick these and eat them all summer long. It smells really good. You rub the leaf and got kind of a pungent minty smell, peppery minty. It's not peppermint, but minty and peppery at the same time. Those are, I think those are sweet potatoes. And so anyway, here's some junk. All right, but I got to be careful because one man's junk is another man's property, right? So I can't just go whacking on stuff willy-nilly. This doesn't look to be too resonant though. And I am looking for something that's really off the beaten path and something that's just clearly discarded. Okay, so this is a pretty big pepper patch right here. And you can see that they're starting to ripen, turn red. One of the sights of fall here is someone who has raised a pepper patch, which I've done in the past. And right around this time, getting into October, you pick the peppers, and if you have space, you know, during these long, beautiful sunny days, you stretch out a tarp on the ground, and you strew the peppers all over along the tarp, and you let them dry in the sun. And then you take them to the miller, and you get them ground into gochugaru, which is expensive. So yeah, there's a house, old house. There's smoke coming out of this thing. You can smell it. I wonder what's going on in there. I wonder if he's smoking something. Clearly the thing is not any kind of emergency. There's a controlled burn going on in there of some kind. Wonder what that's all about. Okay, the legs of this tripod are getting in my way. So I'm gonna fold them down so I can carry this more like a stick. There we go. There we go. All right. There. That's better. Okay. Onward. Fall flowers. So this style of roof, old-fashioned house called Han oak. Han oak. Han is an adjective meaning Korean. Han. The Korean name for Korea is for South Korea is Daehanminguk. Daehanminguk. Dae means hello, 안녕하세요. 배추. 배추. 아. 김치. 네, 김치. 예. 아, 잘 될 것 같아요. 아메리카? 예, 미국. 예. 예. 예, 유튜브.
아, 유튜브 어디예요?
어디?
고향.
고향 오클라호마.
아, 오클라호마.
알아요? 오클라호마?
야구 못해.
아, 콜로라도.
아, 콜로라도.
아,
콜로라도 야구 베이스볼 못해.
야구. 아, 재밌어요?
네,
네.
나는 저 텍사스.
텍사스.
네.
박찬호.
네. 아니, 나는 원래 텍사스.
아.
코리 시거.
아, 그래?
네.
와. 아. 재밌어요.
그냥 오타니,
아, 예.
자펜 오타니 좋아.
아,
지금 언제 왔어요 여기? 한국.
언제?
네.
처음에 96년.
96년.
오래됐어요.
오래됐네.
네, 네. 네.
재밌어요?
네, 재밌어요. 아주 좋아요.
아 좋아요.
네, 네.
하긴 한국이 민주주의가 너무 빨리 돼가지고 너무 좋아요 한국.
아, 세상
네.
비교하면
네.
대한민국 좋아요.
네. 딴
네.
데보다는 좀 좋은 것 같아요.
네.
뭐라 하지? 자유가 좀 더 좋아요.
예, 좋아요.
네. 다른 외국 사람이 태국이나 이거 와 일해
아,
뭐라 하죠? 우리나라 사람 똑같이 임금 줘요. 딴 데는 그렇게 안 주거든요.
예,
자펜도 그러고 그러면 독일도 마찬가지고 이렇게 임금 차이가 나는데 한국은 코리아는 돈 많이
네.
똑같아.
아, 네, 예. 예. 보름돈 좋아요, 여기. 근데 좀 삶은 생활은
비싸요? 평화로워요?
평화스러워요.
아, 평화로워.
네.
그게
네.
이글리시 뭐라고 하죠? 그 자유를?
자유, nature.
nature.
예, 예. 예.
한국이 좋아.
예, 시골 너무
네,
좋아요.
시골 좋아요.
예, 예. 예, 반갑습니다.
네.
예.
고생하십시오.
잘 재배되세요.
네, 다른 집보다 넘버원이래.
아, 예. 예, 감사합니다.
네.
All right. It's always nice to have those conversations, man. He was talking about, I don't get things 100%, but he was asking me, you know, how long I've been here and how I like it. And he was talking about a lot of foreigners coming in here these days and working. The money's good here for people from a lot of other countries, and a lot of them work out here in the countryside, in farms and factories, mostly factories. So this is a rice paddy, and these are really a beautiful emerald green all summer long, but now we're reaching the end of this. I think today is the last day of September, and they turn this kind of tawny golden brown color, still tinged with green, but rice is get almost ready to harvest. See over there in that corner, it's starting to fall down and collapse. So it's about ready for, rice is about ready for harvest. And right down there is a drainage ditch with some concrete. Concrete's not really. I'm looking for stuff that's resonant and hollow, or that I can break it. I'd like to get some shattering sounds. Okay, so I'm not going to go on too much longer with this, but I am going to come up here to the next corner and take a left. Okay. I'm also hoping that I can, the national flower here is, oh yeah, so Daehan Minguk. Dae means great, big or great, and Han means essentially Korean. And Min means the people. And Guk means country. Great Korean people country. And then they call North Korea Pukan. Puk means north, and Han means Korea, right? North Korea, Pukan. Of course, North Korea, they have their own Korean name for their country. So there's a nice house. There's some full-on mansions out here in the countryside. Some of these farmers, they live in, they built some nice homes out here, okay? Full-on mansions I've seen, just surrounded by beautiful fields. Coming up on clearly an octogenarian, at least. This man could be in his 90s, still doing it. That's the way I want to be, right there. Hopefully less stooped over, but still doing it. Okay, so anyway, this is where I'm going to be. This is where I'm going to be hunting my samples. Now, that looks like some nice metal to bang on right there. I might tap on that on the way home, see how that sounds. And right up here, we're coming up to a fork in the road. Okay, now you can really see the color of that. You can really get a sense of the rice field and the color right there. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I was hoping to find the national flower here is called the mugunghwa, the Rose of Sharon, it's called in English, the Rose of Sharon. It's a lot of Korean people underappreciate it. I've found in my conversations they don't think much of it, the mugunghwa, but it's an interesting flower. I believe it opens and closes. It opens up in the morning and closes at night. So anyway, there's actually I could keep following this main lane all the way to a river, and there's junk along that river that nobody cares about. Over here to the right, there is more or less a residential neighborhood. I don't want to go messing around up there. But over here to the left, this goes off into the fields and some other places I haven't even poked around in. I've never really been down that way yet. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and well, maybe why not? The river's not too much further ahead. Might as well take you all the way to the river. Yeah, oh yeah, okay. Well, there's some interesting shit here. You might see way off in the distance. I'm going to zoom in on it. Now, if you've been following my channel at all, you'll know that I have a Shaman gong that I have tapped lightly for the camera and the microphone in some of my videos, and which I used on my old derelict album that I'm remastering. It's a Shaman gong. Right there, those flags, that is a shaman's house. And you can go there. I couldn't go there. But if I was Korean, I could go there. And I could retain the services of a shaman. That's the sort of thing that has some... There's darkness there. There's some darkness there. People get into... let's put it... people get into some metaphysical warfare in this society still. Put it that way. And I've heard tell that it's a real thing. It's not something to mess around with lightly. Now I think that's why the abbot of that Buddhist temple was not really happy with me for bringing that gong into the temple. And he told me, if you play that gong in this Buddha hall, it's your karma, not mine. It's yours, your karma. Yeah, so why not? Let's walk up here and look at the shaman house. It's not going to look like anything. It's just going to look like a little country house. Peppers, more peppers. This is a quintessential autumn sunshine day. Everything is just bejeweled with this gorgeous sunshine. Couldn't have picked a better morning to go out and do this. Okay, your chained up dogs. Countryside is full of chained up dogs. Okay, cages. These are dog farm cages. They're not being used for farming dogs anymore, clearly. But those there are dog farm cages. It's not as common as it used to be. And yeah, well, now you're getting, I'm glad I walked up here. There's some long gourds, pumpkins that they harvested. Okay. And okay, now these are sesame seeds. Okay, sheaves of harvested sesame. Drying out. Pumpkins. Ducks. All right. Ducks and chickens in one coop. Cool. Where is the shaman's house? I'm looking for the flags now. Where'd they go? All right. Ah, there they are. Right there. So now this has turned into the hunt for the shaman's lair. Come on. Gonna come up the way here and see if I can hook a left. Oh, that's an interesting looking little house. Got something viney growing along the outside of it. But there's the roof. That's the hun oak roof. Okay. And what is this? It's got 2 framed photographs of owls and a little statue of an owl and some tomato vines. A tomato vine. There's the shaman flag right over there. And let me see. Some kind of, they got some classes going on. Some kind of school. It looks to be some kind of arts and crafts school. You can do that here. Just start your own school in your own home. Teach whatever you want. And, you know, you can eke out a living at it. Plenty of people do. Is there a way I can hook a left? Apparently not. Let's see. Flags back there. This goes up into the woods. I'm not going there, so go back the way I came and see now if I can. There's a place to hook a right. Those right there are green onions, called in Korean daepa. Pa means onion, and dae is same dae as in daehan minguk. Great. Big onion, big green onion. Okay, there's our shaman flags, and so far no right turn. There's just probably some narrow ass alley to squeeze through to get there. Okay, so back the way we came. Ducks and chickens. All right, and damn. Okay, I don't. Hey, bud. Okay, so there it is, right there. Maybe it's in the backyard of one of the houses that I just passed. That's a possibility. Okay, that was kind of anticlimactic. But you get what you get in a video like this, just sightseeing. I know that if I was, well, I like this kind of thing. Just click on somebody walking through another part of the world that I've never been to and see what it looks like. 안녕하세요.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And you can see the flags right over there in the middle of the frame. Okay. There's an interesting modernist house. Now, maybe if I hang a right here, this might go to the abode of the Shaman flags. Let's find out. Okay, now, yeah, this is a proper residential street here. Interesting. Yeah, I can't even see the flags from here. So clearly there's no egress. Is that the right word? Ingress? There's no accessing the shamans, or, you know, okay, I'm guessing that the shaman's lair is behind one of those old houses, not behind one of these new ones, but you never know. You just never know. We got some fish. Yeah. All right. I sneeze. Excuse me. Greenhouses. All right. Coming up on the river here shortly. Maybe it's farther than I usually drive out here, so it's probably farther than I suppose. Let's see if I can strike up a conversation here, see what they're doing. 안녕하세요. 무슨 일이에요? 이게 땅콩.
땅콩.
와. 집에서?
네, 네.
와. 유기농?
네?
와.
뭐예요, 뭐?
유튜브
유튜브.
동영상 촬영. 예. 잘 되세요.
네.
예. Okay. Don't want to bother anybody. Peanuts. Organic peanuts. Okay. All right. This is a little farm station. There's probably a kitchen in that shed right there. So they like to gather together, do their farm work, and have a place to barbecue and hang out. Who doesn't? Koreans are kind of different, but they're just like everybody else in some ways. Okay, so right there, now there's a flag, but it's not a shaman flag, it's just a Korean flag. And maybe the path to the shaman's lair goes that way, but I'm done with that for now. Sometimes you just gotta listen to universe. It's like, you're not going that way today. Maybe there's a good reason for that. There were times in the past I didn't listen and persisted. Notably one time in Bali, Indonesia, and I ended up face to face with an evil shaman. This rice field hasn't turned yet. Oh boy, that guy was evil. And he laid a curse on me because I wouldn't give him money. It didn't help that I was on mushrooms. Okay. That might go somewhere interesting, but we're almost at the river. Might as well end this at the river. Nice homes built up on the hill there. All right. You see those trucks on the road? Get out of the way. You just get the hell out of the way when you see those trucks. Those old boys, they don't give a fuck. Okay. So there's how the rice starts to lie down towards the end. See if there's anything new to show you. This is farther than I thought it would be. I gotta watch my time because I have a Zoom class coming up. So, okay, nobody would care if I whacked on that, although I don't think it would sound, well, who knows? It's got dragonflies on it. One of my spirit animals. So, it sounds so granola-y. Dragonfly is one of my spirit animals, man. Let's see. So they're up to some production in there of some kind. Okay. Oh look. What are these? Tomato. They look like geez, I don't know. Some kind of pepper? White? I don't know. Never seen a white pepper or a white tomato for that matter. Okay, right up ahead there's a little underpass. Here's a patch of pots. Those are called hangari. Hangari. Kimchi pots. Gochujang pots. Doenjang pots. Yep. Been chained up his whole life. He doesn't have any social skills. Poor guy. And what we got going on over here? It looks like a field of saplings. Some kind of evergreen sapling. Alright, so there's someone who's in it for the long haul. Almost there. Okay. No roses of Sharon this morning. Alright. So there's a little, I don't know what this thing is here for. There's a path up onto the hill. I guess it's just, I don't know. There's no road over it. Anyway, you walk through this underpass and there's a little, there's a short echo in here. Now, it might be cool to drag some objets, some pieces, articles of junk, drag them in here and sample them in here with this echo. Yeah. Sample them without echo and with echo. See, there's a reason for that underpass. It's an echo chamber. Not chamber. Yeah. It's an echo tube. There's the river. It's not a well-known river. It's a minor river. There's some guys out fishing. Yep. So this is the Korean countryside up in the northwest corner of the country. Over there in the distance, you can see some cranes, white cranes. Okay, let me zoom in. See them? Okay, not focusing very well. Those are called hawk, not hawk like H-A-W-K, but think H-A-K, hawk. They're called hawk. There's one flying. They're quite graceful and nice to look at. So yeah, here's the river, and there's a road that runs along the side of it, although the road leads to construction further along the way. I could walk through the construction zone and find stuff there to bang on, but I have to do that at night. So, okay, I'm gonna end it here. Where are we? Yeah, almost 37 minutes. 37 is a good number. I like that number. Okay, so there's your tour of the Korean countryside in lovely, scenic Paju, right on the outskirts of Paju City, South Korea. This is Alcoholic Audio Engineer, over and out.